Good morning and welcome to this Mystic Monday. We got a card so quickly. Before I show you what it is, I'm getting a message that there is something you're meant to be stepping into, a dream or something that's calling you. And I feel like I'm here to remind you that if you wait until you're ready, you are going to be met with great frustration. Get out there and do it. What is one little step you can take towards stepping into this? And my example is this morning. I have a really busy day. I have a lot going on, and my mind is a little bit focused on all the things I need to get done today. And I thought, well, I don't know if I'm in the right space to offer this Mystic Monday this morning. Maybe I'm not feeling it or as connected or attuned. Well, I went ahead and picked out my 6 decks and I sat down and I just always trust. There was a time I was so nervous to do sessions like this. But what I found is if I just showed up and if I just did it, the magic started to come in the moment. And so today is a great example because I sat down and I just always trust. And I have 6 decks of cards here. And I always ask Spirit, what should I start with? Because I feel like the first card of a reading, at least in the readings I offer, are kind of like the roots or kind of like a pivotal card that everything sort of circles around, if that makes sense. And so Spirit said, we're in full moon energy. Use the full moon deck, or not the full moon deck, use the moon deck first. But Spirit told me that when I sat down and started the momentum of this reading. I didn't have that before. So if I had listened to myself, I have a busy day, maybe I'm not in the right space for this intuitive work at this moment, then I wouldn't have done it, right? I had to trust that if I just sat down and called in the energy, Spirit would guide me. We are always being led if we tune into it. And you hear me say it all the time, you must ask. It's a free will planet. Spirit guides, ancestors, those in the realms that have amazing insights and information to share with you. They won't do it if you don't ask. So make sure you are asking for the connection. I honor the natural process of growth and transformation. So this is pretty cool because I am so in love with the butterfly. I mean, I have it tattoo on my arm. It's the logo of my Evolve Key West business. And the butterfly is such a powerful, just incredible symbol of transformation. For those of you that don't know, because I have a butterfly garden outside my studio, so I get to watch the process of the monarch butterflies from a tiny, tiny, tiny speck of a seed, which is hard to see with your natural eye. They grow into this huge fat caterpillar. Their skin splits open like so many times. I can't remember exactly. I think it might be 10 times, not sure. They grow into this big fat caterpillar, and I've seen it. I have come to the studio. The caterpillar started hanging in the J shape. I teach one class that's an hour long. I come out and the chrysalis is fully formed, this beautiful green color with gold on it. It's like insanely magical that that little caterpillar from the stuff in its jaw can spin this chrysalis so incredibly. Then once in the chrysalis, the caterpillar's skin falls off, its mouth, its antenna, it all falls off. It almost turns into a liquid as it then reforms into the butterfly. Then, when the butterfly is ready to emerge, its wings are limp and wet. It must fill with fluid and dry before it can take flight. When I tell you watching the transformation of a little speck to a butterfly is miraculous, it is miraculous. It has taught me how powerful transformation can be. Like, this is our life. Are you in the liquid phase right now? What phase are you in? Ask yourself. where am I right now? We go through these phases over and over and over, and we can go through these phases with one area of our life. We can go through this phase with our work life or with our romantic relationship or something new that we're doing. So just take a moment and ask yourself, like, if something is bothering you, right? If something's bothering you about work, or something's bothering you in a relationship, or maybe there's something you're just trying to figure out, like something, just like, I want to, do something, but I don't know what it is. Just sit and ask, where am I with this thing that I'm wanting clarity on or wanting to figure out? What phase am I in? Am I the little tiny speck of an egg? Am I a middle-sized caterpillar? Have I already started to break down in the cocoon and I'm in some liquid phase where I don't know where I'm going? And just honor your journey. We are so busy pushing for the goal that we don't take the time to honor the journey itself and how amazing we are and how far we've come. You have survived every single one of your worst days. You have moved through such challenge, trials, and tribulations. It is time for you to shine. For most people, this season, at the time of this recording, which is in December, it's a really fun time, I think, for a lot of people. It's a really sad time for a lot of people, and it's a really busy time for a lot of people where they're getting through it and also kind of waiting for it to be over. So I'm going to ask you, in all of this hustle and bustle of this busy season, regardless of what you're experiencing, where can you carve out some time to just be? Please remember that the power of 1 minute or 5 minutes of just closing your eyes, breathing deep, or 5 minutes of dancing to a song that makes you want to move. These are powerful ways to shift your energy and vibration. So, how can you weave magic moments, I call it, into your day? Even just jumping straight up and down for 1 minute. Let me tell you, that's hard to do. It's called jumping out of depression. It's a Kundalini yoga technique. Just try jumping up and down for 1 minute and then tell me how you feel. Your heart's gonna be pumping, you're gonna be out of breath, and it will shift your energy. That I know. Okay, so we've got a couple cards falling out. Focus on the light. That's beautiful. You're a light being. When you get a little overwhelmed, when you start to feel maybe the heaviness of the hustle, bustle, and to-do lists, remember who you are and focus on the light. I heard a statistic today. It's kind of a sad one that, well, I don't want to say it wrongly, but it was saying children are getting less time outdoors than a maximum security prisoner. And I saw about how much we are not getting outside and connected to nature. So for me, in seeing this, focusing on the light, you see the sunflower, and then this is like and there's a little glare. There's some trees. I know some of you live where there's winter, but even if you need to bundle up and move briskly outdoors, what can you do to get out into nature and out into the sunlight? Conscious connection. You're being reminded that the people you spend the most time with, I've heard it said the three people you spend the most time with is who you most become like. But I also feel that this is asking you to connect more. And I know this is for me as well because I've been so busy in the work phase with a new yoga studio the last year and all the things I'm realigning that I haven't spent a lot of time nurturing close conscious connections. So I feel that this is also an invitation like, hey, is there somebody you could invite to tea or coffee? Can you just spend time out of your to-do list and connecting consciously with people? I feel that's coming up pretty strongly. Interesting. So a third card from that deck is laying here on the floor. Faith in the process. I love this. I love the bird on the back. I feel like it's ready to take flight, and she's kind of doing a bit of a prayer, like asking guides for help and support. support, and she is ready to step into this new thing, this new path, this new purpose, that thing that she's been thinking of doing, but maybe didn't know if she was ready or had the right things or the knowledge or the tools. This reading is telling you to go for it. I'm getting that very, very strongly. I will admit I have too many things I'm going for right now, and I personally am trying to assess where I'm doing too many things and where I can focus my energy. And when I do that, I feel inspired to tell you this too. It's really important to follow enthusiasm and what excites you. We are so used to thinking about if this thing will make us successful, if we'll make money, those voices of others. And you've heard me say it before. I just love this. I learned this from my life coaching friend, Jen. She says there's only ever three voices: the voice of ego, the voice of others, and the voice of your higher self. Your higher self is always going to be loving, supporting, and encouraging you to step into your highest, brightest purpose and path. It's the voice of others and egos. Like if I want to step in more to the psychic channeling world, not everybody supports that, right? Some people just think it's downright weird or they call it woo woo. But it's important for me to not listen to the voice of others and ego, because I feel that I'm a way shower in this world and that I have a purpose. And even if 99% of the world isn't into it, the few people that I do connect with, we're awakening together, right? We're raising the frequency and the vibration of the planet by connecting in these ways. Gifts from the universe and synchronicity, all the blessings everywhere, is this card. So I feel like this is telling you there is massive information and love and support available to you in the spirit realms. You're being asked to connect to it. Ask for signs and synchronicities. This is a great way to connect with guides. This is literally escape. Whether you say it out loud when you're alone in your room focusing, or you close your eyes and say it in your mind, speak something like spirit or spirit guides. Please connect with me. Please send me signs and synchronicities to help me know the right way, to help me know that this is my true path. I'll choose one more from this deck. Okay. The masks we wear: self-expression, protection, and authentic self. So we're being asked at this time to take off all the masks that we wear, to be more authentic and to connect more authentically. Where have you been hiding or holding back who you truly are for fear of judgment? Just fear of maybe not being seen or heard. We need more self-expression. We need more authentic expression, more importantly. And I love that the word protection is here. I feel like this is saying, maybe it wasn't safe for a lot of us to truly share our spiritual selves in our heart maybe a year ago or 3 years ago or 5 years ago, but things are rapidly changing. We are in an ascension awakening process. It is a fact. We've got documents being released, what seems like on the daily, about extraterrestrial things with the government. Like, if you haven't noticed, and that's okay, maybe you're not interested in these subjects, but this stuff is coming online pretty fast, that there are other beings in the world, that there's a lot more going on than what we think with our five senses. Tune into your sixth sense. Start to be a way shower if you're not already. Express yourself authentically. Share with others. And take off those masks, because it's not doing anybody any good. Be courageous and trust. Not everyone's going to like you. Who cares? Not everyone's going to like what you have to say. Who cares? There's billions of people on the planet. Trust that the right people are going to find you. I follow the cycles of my body. This is really cool. And I love that all the moon phases are there, and see the snake. It's kind of like the Kundalini rising with all of the phases of the moon. And so it says, I follow the cycles of my body. So regardless of if you're female or male, we all have times, cycles, times we need rest, times we feel more energized. Can you be more in tune to your body? I actually love speaking to my body. I am not one of the healers that does sessions on people and speaks to their individual organs, but I think that that is such a cool thing that I have started speaking to my own body. I literally speak to a specific part or organ, and they will either speak or intuitively send you messages, but you first have to connect with your body. Most of us are so disconnected. First, just some body awareness might be needed to reconnect to that separation that many of us um, are experiencing. So I saw what the card was, and it kind of paused my talking for a second. So this is just interesting. This is the Law of Positivism book. So another body card has come up, and if you watch these on the regular, you'll know that typically a theme starts to emerge, and if you get like two cards in a row that are speaking to one thing, it's kind of a louder message. So here it says, my body is a manifestation of my energetic state. So today, can you take a little time to tune in to your body? How is it feeling? Is it holding tension in shoulders or neck? Or are you experiencing pain or discomfort somewhere? Your body's always trying to connect with you and send you signals. So can you listen and connect? Because your body speaks and it wants to help support you more. But typically, the mind is demanding and not necessarily tuning into the body as if it is something that is working together, the mind and the body, like two coming together to synergistically make three. 1 + 1 = 3. When you talk to your body and connect with it and follow the rhythms and listen and take a little time, then you become much more synergistic. When you just forge ahead and keep going and you don't listen to the signs and signals of the body, then before we know it, disease comes in because we just ignored the body and the messages it was trying to communicate with us to keep us in our highest, most vibrational light state. And that's so unnecessary. Your body can work with you. And when you listen to your body, see, that's the thing. We think, oh, I've got all these things to do. I don't have time for that. But in essence, when you listen to your body and you take some rest when you need to, it's kind of like a slingshot. You might think, oh man, I just wasted 30 minutes taking a nap or breath work or just pausing to move my body. But actually, it was like a slingshot. And then your energy for the rest of the day is much more creative, much more efficient, much more expansive. Us Americans, man, we get like really down on ourselves. We feel guilty for taking rest. I mean, they take siestas for 2 hours a day in certain countries. France, I know they have 5 weeks paid vacation. Rest is vital to a healthy life. When we carve out moments of rest, listen to the body, we have so much more energy and vitality. All right, Mother of Earth, fertile ground. See how she is resting up against a big gold coin. This also is saying get out in the nature. I know it's hard for those of you in winter. You might want to get something that can indoor ground you. There's like grounding sheets and grounding things that give you that connection of the earth that you plug in to the wall. Maybe you can get sunlight on your face through a window if it's too cold to go outside. But I think that has come up again because we are in vital need of connection with the earth. The unknown, enigma. I love this. This to me is a woman sitting in meditation, trusting. And if you see the two beings on either side, those look like spirit guides that are kind of giving her some channeled information. And that channeled information is coming together in one stream of consciousness and moving down into this like ocean like place within her. So this is happening at all times, whether you're open to it or not. So if you are interested in more signs and messages and connection from your guides, this is a sign that it's happening. In case you didn't know, I have a channeling course. It's available online, psychic channeling. It helps you. It's got meditations and practices and advice. It's self-paced, and I also offer them in person in Key West if you ever want to come for a retreat style journey. But if you are interested, that's available to you. Father God, radical truth. So God, as far as I personally feel aligned and attuned to, and what has come through psychic channeling sessions and quantum healing hypnosis sessions that I do, is that it's Mother, Father, God. You know, it's a union of divine, masculine, and feminine. So when this is saying Father, God, and radical truth, and I want you to notice there's another bird here that's not in flight, because that's happened twice now in this reading. A bird that's not in flight tells me there is great freedom and abundance that is here for you now. However, you are being asked to root into your trust and radical truth. Radical truth means there's stuff in your life that's not serving you. It might just be a mindset. It might just be a belief. There's something that you are being asked to get really close to, that you're ascribing to, believing in, that's holding you back. Okay? And look, more gold coins. There's just so much abundance. And Father God, you know, Father, masculine energy is doing. It's a doing type of energy. You are seriously being asked to step into something bold, something. It can just be like a hobby to begin with, something that you're doing on the side, but do it. Like, do it already. Like, this is what's coming through so loud. Some of you just need to hear this. Do it. Don't wait till you're ready. If it's something like you want to offer, like maybe you want to offer card readings, and then maybe that's why you're watching this video, because you like card readings and you love this energy, and maybe you have this dream that you want to do card readings for people. It could be something else entirely, but let's just say that's what it is. And you're watching this, maybe thinking of how you can do this. Just do it. So offer readings to a friend, right? So start with a friend or a neighbor, but just start doing the thing, because until you do it, it's just going to feel like some frustration and friction. Okay, I feel like there's one final card wanting to come through this session, and we're going to end. Spirit just told me, full circle, come back to the moon deck, and we'll pull another final card for you to seal this Mystic Monday reading. If you'd like a private reading, I love to do those. I do them on Zoom and in person. So please book one, because they're all about you and very specific. All right, so interesting. We have another card with a snake. So this is kind of an indication. So some people are like, I don't like snakes. You know what? I don't really like snakes either, as far as like touching them. Like, I'm probably not going to be the person with the boa around my neck ever, but snakes are such another powerful symbol of transformation. They also shed their skin. They move in a very flow-like manner. Is the snake is a symbol of your Kundalini awakening, which is super powerful. And for me, the snake is my protector animal for the spirit guides. So just remember too that a snake is a great protector. So this says, I shed habits that hinder my truth. I release and I renew. So we have the truth card again right after the one before. So make sure that you are living your truth, that you are letting go of any things that hold you back that are not in alignment for you. And again, trust. So release, shed what's no longer serving you, and trust and root in, because there is so much magic waiting for you to turn your gaze towards it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.